With the Olympic Games ending, ABC's Peter Jennings reports that somewhere between the original ideal and the practical reality, something has been lost.
The modern Olympics were revived, said their founder, for a number of reasons having to do with sports and good fellowship. They were not, he insisted, a place for people just to win medals, nor certainly a place to demonstrate the superiority of one political system over another. When the five-ringed Olympic flag fluttered to its position of honor here, the symbolic links between sporting peoples of 5 continents seemed distressingly remote. Many athletes, including Americans, were absent. They or their coaches had thought it more important to train or rest than swear the Olympic oath. The Games defenders argue that athletes from various nations interrelate for the time that they're here. True, but to a very limited extent. In the Olympic Village, the one place where they could mix regularly, athletes acknowledge that it is easier to stick with one's own kind. Pressure from coaches, and in the case of communist nations, officials too, discourages anything more than a pleasant hello. With many nations, especially those with a chance to win, rampant nationalism has made athletes' names less important than the nation's. It can be seen most easily in the events which require judging. In figure skating, almost without exception, judges mark their own skaters higher. You can hear it in the crowd reaction, see it in the athletes' faces, as here, when an American girl, whose parentage allowed her to skate for Holland, got a decent mark from every judge except the American. Judge number 2. The spectator is not immune from nationalism. Not altogether surprising, but Austrians admit that had their man not won the downhill skiing, in Austria it would have been a day of mourning. American hockey fans here, they remember when Russia won in basketball, seem to see hockey as an extension of the Cold War on ice. The American attitude about winning is a forceful one. No one who loses becomes a non-person, but medals are important to the national status. Michael Harrigan of the President's Commission on Sport.
I don't think there's any doubt that the American people want to win. The American people want to make sure their best teams are here. And if we win, fine. If we lose, so be it. But make sure we have our best teams here.
Anyone making the foregoing observations can be accused of lacking reality. True again. It is highly unlikely that in a largely nationalist world, the Games could remain a festival of life and sport. It is just that in being little more than a reflection of life, the Games' weaknesses seem even starker. Peter Jennings, ABC News, at Innsbruck in Austria.